Good afternoon from London Paddington. Today I'm travelling on the on this Elizabeth line service to Heathrow Terminal 5. The train next to us that is leaving is the Elizabeth line service to Reading. The train is not ready to depart just yet as the doors are not locked. We'll be calling at Acton Main Line, Ealing Broadway, West Ealing, Hanwell, Southall, Hayes and Harlington, Heathrow Central for Terminals 2 and 3, and Heathrow Terminal 5. And the train back home will be the Heathrow Express to London Paddington. They'll only call at Heathrow Central for Terminals 2 and 3 and London Paddington. There is a Circle, Hammersmith and City line service to Hammersmith. You can change here at Paddington for the Bakerloo, Circle, District and Hammersmith and City lines and National Rail services, as well as Elizabeth line services to Abbey Wood. You can change at Liverpool Street for an Elizabeth line service to Shenfield.
This is the train to Heathrow Terminal.
We're now ready to depart. You can also change here for the Central line from Lancaster Gate. At Lancaster Gate, you can change for the Bakerloo, Circle, District and Hammersmith and City lines, Elizabeth line and National Rail services, including Heathrow Express from Paddington.
This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 5.
There is
Next station, Acton Main Line.
GWR Class 387 and a couple of Azumas
If you see something
or IETs awaiting departure.
speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted. For safety reasons, all items of luggage must be kept clear of the aisles and seats.
Circle line via King's Cross, St Pancras and Liverpool Street. Circle line service to Hammersmith.
New train destination, train to Paddington.
We just left Paddington. Over there is where is the tunnel for when the Elizabeth line fully opens. Same with the portal out at Stratford. It's right next to Pudding Mill Lane DLR station. Westbourne Park, Circle and Hammersmith and City lines.
New train destination. Train to Heathrow Terminal 5.
Oh, good. So thankfully we're heading towards the correct destination. One of the many Elizabeth line trains that's still on testing. Maidenhead, Twyford, Hayes and Harlington and Hanwell have short platforms. We're passing Old Oak Common. And some more Elizabeth line trains. Construction works for the planned Old Oak Common station and HS2. Bless you. Bless you. First stop, Acton Main Line. Platform 1 called 1827 Elizabeth Line service to London Paddington, calling at London Paddington only. There goes a GWR service en route to Bristol Temple Meads or Penzance.
Acton Main Line. This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 5. Next station, Ealing Broadway.
Don't think we're leaving just yet. is a GWR service to Newbury.
This train is ready to depart. Mind the doors. Stand clear of the doors, please.
The doors are now locked, we're ready to leave.
This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 5.
Next station, Ealing Broadway.
Change for Central, District and National Rail services.
Change for Central and District lines and GWR services. Heathrow Express service from Heathrow Terminal 5 to Paddington. London bound, Paddington bound Elizabeth line service. District line service to Upminster, now leaving Ealing Broadway. So far there's no central line trains at the moment. Another Elizabeth line service bound for Paddington.
Ealing Broadway. This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 5. Next station, West Ealing.
Two GWR services, one for Cardiff, the other towards Paddington, or the Cardiff one could continue to Swansea, calling at Reading, Didcot Parkway, Swindon, Bristol Parkway, Newport, Cardiff Central, Bridgend, Port Talbot Parkway, Neath and Swansea. We're not ready to depart just yet because the doors are still open. And now we're leaving. Platforms 1 and 2 not in use.
This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 5. Next station, West Ealing.
Platform 3, Elizabeth Line to Heathrow and Reading and GWR to Didcot
Change
Parkway.
for National Rail Services.
Platform 4, Elizabeth Line and GWR to Paddington
In the
only.
interest of safety and security, CCTV is in operation on this train.
Platforms 5 and 6, Central Line to Hainault via Newbury Park. Platforms 7, 8 and 9, District Line to Upminster. Change at Earls Court for Wimbledon and Edgware Road services. Change at Turnham Green for Richmond.
Next station, West Ealing.
Change here for GWR services to Greenford. Heathrow Express service
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
to Heathrow Terminal 5, only calling at Heathrow Central Terminals 2 and 3 and Heathrow Terminal 5. So far there aren't any trains on the Greenford branch just yet. It'll be the 1824 to Greenford, formed of 2 carriages, calling at Drayton Green, Castle Bar Park, South Greenford and Greenford.
West Ealing. This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 5. Next station, Hanwell. This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 5. Next station, Hanwell.
Due to a short platform at this station, the doors in the rear 3 carriages will not open. If there is a GWR Class 387. GWR did borrow some Gatwick Express and C2C Class 387s.
Next station, Hanwell.
These units have since returned to their respective owners. However, Great Northern continues to use some of the Gatwick Express Class 387s.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Maybe the Class 379 will operate on Great Northern services from King's Cross to Peterborough, Cambridge, Ely and King's Lynn. Oh no, a freight train. It could be a cement train passing through. And here is where we're likely to be overtaken by another service.
This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 5. Next station, Southall.
GWR has about 2 trains per hour from London Paddington to Bristol Temple Meads. These trains call at Reading, Didcot Parkway, Swindon, Chippenham, Bath Spa and Bristol Temple Meads. The Cardiff
Next station, Southall.
2 trains per hour to Cardiff Central, both of which call at Reading, Didcot Parkway, Swindon, Bristol Parkway, Newport and Cardiff Central. Only one of which continues to Swansea, calling at Bridgend, Port Talbot Parkway, Neath and Swansea. With most trains not calling at Didcot Parkway. One train per day continues to Carmarthen from Swansea, calling at Llanelly, Pembury and Bridport, Kidwelly, Ferryside and Carmarthen. The Carmarthen service does not call at Didcot Parkway. And about usually one train per hour or one train per 2 hours to Penzance, calling at Reading, Taunton, Tiverton Parkway, Exeter St David's, Newton Abbot, Totnes, Plymouth, Liscard, Bodmin Parkway, Parr, St Austell, Truro, Redroof, Camborne, St Erth and Penzance. Some trains may also call at Newbury, Pusey, Westbury, Castle Carey, Ivy Bridge, Saltash, St Germans, Lostwithiel or Hale. And here is where some older trains are kept. Passed through earlier.
Next station, Southall.
A steam train and an intercity Mark III sleeper carriage, which has
Mind the gap between the train and the
which has
platform.
since been decommissioned and is probably on auction. Hello, Southall. GWR service from Didcot Parkway to London Paddington, passing through, not stopping. Platform 3 towards Heathrow Airport and Reading. Hello, Heathrow Express. Goodbye, Heathrow Express. Southall. This is the Elizabeth line train to Heathrow Terminal 5. Next station, Hayes and Harlington. GWR has about 2 trains per hour to Oxford, calling at Slough, Reading and Oxford. Only one of which continues to Worcester Shrub Hill, calling at Hanborough, Charlbury, Kingham, Moulton in Marsh, Honeybourne, Evesham, Pershore, Worcestershire Parkway and Worcester Shrub Hill. Some trains may continue to Worcester Foregate Street, others to Great Malvern, calling at Worcester Foregate Street, Malvern Link and Great Malvern. And only
This is the train to Heathrow
Terminal 5. Next station, Hayes and Harlington.
Next station, Hayes and Harlington. Change for National Rail Services.
And Elizabeth line services to Reading. Also, about 5 GWR services per day to Hereford, calling at Worcester Foregate Street, Malvern Link, Great Malvern, Colwall, Ledbury and Hereford. Greater Anglia, about 2 trains per hour to Norwich. First train calls at Colchester, Manningtree, Ipswich, Diss and Norwich. Second train calls at Stratford, pick up only towards Norwich, set down only towards London Liverpool Street, Chelmsford, Colchester, Manningtree, Ipswich, Stowmarket, Diss and Norwich. Hull trains, 7 trains per day to Hull, only 2 of which continue to Beverley, calling at Grantham, Bradford, Doncaster, Selby, Howden, Brough and Hull, 2 of which continue to Beverley, calling at Cottingham and Beverley. Stevenage is only served by about 1 or 2 trains on Sundays. Grand Central, 5 trains per day to Sunderland or 4 on Sundays, calling at York, Thirsk, Northallerton, Eaglescliffe, Hartlepool and Sunderland. 5 trains per day to Bradford Interchange Mondays to Saturdays, 4 on Sundays.
Next station, Hayes and Harlington.
Calling at Doncaster, Pontefract, Monkhill, Wakefield, Kirkgate, Murfield, Brighouse, Halifax, Lowmore and Bradford Interchange. Pontefract is Mostly served on Mondays to Fridays.
Mind the gap between the train
Only one
and
train
the
per day on
platform.
Saturdays and no trains in either direction on Sundays. Hello, GWR service to Worcester, Shrub Hill or Cardiff Central. See you later, GWR service to Cardiff Central. Lumo, about 5 trains per day to Edinburgh. Calling at Stevenage, Newcastle, Morpeth and Edinburgh, with only 2 or 3 trains calling at Stevenage. Avanti West Coast, 1 train per hour to Liverpool Lime Street, calling at Stafford, Crewe, Runcorn and Liverpool Lime Street.
Hayes and Harlington. This is the train to Heathrow.
Finally a window seat.
Next station, Heathrow Terminals 2-3.
Three Avanti West Coast trains per hour to Manchester Piccadilly. 1 train per hour via Crewe, calling at Crewe, Wilmslow, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. 2 trains per hour via Stoke-on-Trent, calling at Milton Keynes Central, Stoke-on-Trent, Macclesfield, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. Trains call alternatively at Milton Keynes Central and Macclesfield.
Next station, Heathrow Terminals 2-3.
1 train per hour to Preston via Birmingham New Street, calling at Milton Keynes Central, Coventry, Birmingham International, Birmingham New Street, Sandwell and Dudley, Wolverhampton, Crewe, Warrington Bank Quay, Wigan Northwestern and Preston. 1 train for 2 hours continues to Blackpool North only, or 1 train for 2 hours continues to Edinburgh, calling at Lancaster, Penrith for the North Lakes, Carlisle, Haymarket and Edinburgh. Over there is an Elizabeth line awaiting clearance to continue onto the Great Western Main Line. And about 1 train per hour to Birmingham New Street, calling at Watford Junction, Rugby, Coventry, Birmingham International and Birmingham New Street. About 1 train per hour to Glasgow Central, calling at Warrington Bank Quay, Wigan Northwestern, Preston, Lancaster, Oxenholme Lake District, Penrith for the North Lakes, Carlisle and Glasgow Central. Here we are, Heathrow Airport, first time since March. Two platforms. The first one is platform 1 for trains to Terminal 5 or Terminal 4 if it were open. Platform 2 for trains to London, Paddington.
This is the free train transfer between Heathrow Terminals.
I don't think we're leaving Heathrow just yet.
Service to Terminal 5. The next station is Terminal 5. Our departure time is 18:36.
So we'll be here for 2 minutes. So it's a total of 12 trains per hour between Abbey Wood and Paddington. I'd say approximately 10 or 12 trains per hour between Liverpool Street and Sheffield.
This is a service to Terminal 5. This train is ready to depart. Mind the doors, please. Don't clear the doors.
We're now ready to depart. Oyster is only valid on the Heathrow Express within Heathrow Airport itself. Same with contactless.
This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 5. Next station, Heathrow Terminal 5.
To Terminal 4 leaves us. Throughout the duration of the pandemic, Terminal 4 has been closed since March 2020. It then reopened at the beginning of last year, but only for those arriving from red list countries and territories, such as Peru and Colombia. When all countries were removed from the red list in November last year, the red list stopped, and ever since then Terminal 4 has been empty, used only for cargo flights. We're now approaching our final stop. Heathrow Central for Terminals 2 and 3 was our penultimate stop. Heathrow Terminal 5 will be our final stop. It's now 6:37 p.m. British Summer Time, or 5:37 p.m. Coordinated Universal Time.
Next station, Heathrow Terminal 5, where this train terminates.
Now getting ready to leave.
For the safety and convenience of passengers with heavy baggage, please use the lifts to the terminal areas.
Thankfully, the lifts are a lot
Please
safer.
have your tickets ready for the automatic ticket barriers.
The lifts are safer compared to the escalators.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
Doors are opening on the right-hand side. Two
Mind the gap
platforms.
between the train and the platform.
We have two platforms here at Terminal 5. I think we're on Platform 4. Yep, Platform 4 it is indeed. Platform 4 for the Platform 4 for Elizabeth Line, and Platform 3 for Heathrow Express. There goes the free rail transfer to Heathrow Central for Terminals 2 and 3 and Heathrow Express, and it then continues to London Paddington.
Good evening, welcome to Terminal 5. This train terminates here. All change, please. Have your tickets ready for the gates. Use the lifts, please. Sienna, welcome to Terminal 5.
The lifts are also a lot quicker. This is going to be the 1900 Elizabeth Line service to London Paddington, calling at Heathrow Central for Terminals 2 and 3, Hayes and Harlington, Southall, Hanwell, West Ealing, Ealing Broadway, Acton Main Line and London Paddington. Platform 3 will definitely be a Heathrow Express service to London Paddington, calling at Heathrow Central for Terminals 2 and 3 and London Paddington. And that's it for today's journey. And because of these signs, I'll have to wear a face covering for now until I leave the building. That's it for today's journey from London Paddington to Heathrow on the Elizabeth Line. See you next time. Goodbye.